All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? Welcome to the Rouser World Live Caricature Art Stream. So I just wanted to say good morning to you guys. Hello, Venue. I think we have two people here already. Venue, and then we have Deborah. Nice to meet you. Okay. Well, we're starting right now. All right. So we're not gonna waste a lot of time. We're gonna go ahead and kind of get into it. I'm sorry, guys, that I didn't stream this morning, which is generally my stream time, but I had some other around the house duties to do for you guys that have been with me for a while. You know, I'm a full time dad, so I have to be doing things full time. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're going to be doing today. We're going to be working on some I think I put my notes here. I'm going to be working on some random like bodies. So I'm going to start here. Kind of, this is my little sketchbook. I usually do all of my practicing in here, and I started this idea of sketchbooks because other artists, it kind of inspired me to see other artists that have their little sketchbooks and they're doing little cartoons or whatever, and their little inspirations, and then it's organized so you can always go back and refer to it. So I've been working a lot on these body poses. So really, that's really where I want to kind of go with what I want to go with today. I'll try to bring my camera down just a little bit more so that when I am drawing in this particular book here, you'll be able to see what I'm doing a lot better. So we're going to start with that. Also, guys, while we're going through the stream, if you would like to tip, tips are awesome. This is my full-time job, so hey, help a brother out, right? And then other than that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Also, if you want to take classes and all that stuff, I already pinned a message here on the top of the screen. So it'll tell you where you can go to book one-on-one classes if you're interested in learning about caricature art, drawing. You want to get into caricature. That is what I do full-time. I go and draw at parties and events for people. But I've decided to expand into other areas of art because this stuff is pretty interesting to me. All right, so let's go ahead without further ado and get into it. We're going to start with kind of some body positionings here. So you know what? I'm going to start with I guess what I'll do here is I'll start with I'm going to use these guys here. So let me see. Body poses. I'm going to start with the bottom half of the body. A cool technique that I like to use is either to use circles like these, right? Or I like to use squares or triangles. And the easy thing is because this represents kind of like the pelvic area, right? So that's that part of you in the middle of your body down here. So this is like your pelvic area. And it's easy to connect things to it. So let's say I wanted to connect some legs to this pelvic area. Generally, when the leg is facing forward, the outside of the leg is going to be the curved part. The inside would be more of a straight shot into a foot. You get what I'm saying? Something like that. And then the other one would be the same way. You'll come out, down, right? You'll have your legs shooting down like this. And sometimes you might be able to see a little bit of the calf from the inside, and you can round this off a little bit if you want. But pretty much, this is why I like to use this one. Now, also, you can do the same thing with this particular shape. So you can come to the side again here, boom, come down, hit it like this. You have your straight part right here, and then you come down here. Now, in here, I made a note, and let me see, where was that note at? I think it was something about some letters that I saw. Let me see if I can find them. Where are those letters that I put in here? So we're going to practice by doing a couple of these. I like to work on the lower half of the body, then I'll work with the upper half. And then what we're going to do is kind of put them together so that you're able to design your own little cartoons, right? Anyway, the letters that I thought about are B. Was it a B? It was a B or a D and a V. Okay? So that's what I think about when I'm drawing the legs. See, if you can see this distinct V shape here and a distinct, well, this one here is kind of backwards. And it's like the top of the D is cut off a little bit, but it looks like a D shape. So if I'm doing if I take a bunch of these, I can do different shapes with it. So let me show you. Okay, so let's draw a bunch of little circles here. Boop, like this one. You can do this one, and this one. Okay. So if I go right here and I go and I say, and I go, if the leg is going like this, the underside of the leg is going to be the curve. So the D would go kind of this way. And then it'll come down here into the V, the triangle shape. And then it'll be up and over. And then this will be my foot, you see? And then over here, got the same thing. Boom, out, down, over. And then this will be like your balancing foot going off into your spine or whatever. Okay? All right, this one, we could also use just a V shape, right? So we can go with a V. Sometimes if it's easier for you, I think that kind of reminds me of a tooth a little bit, right? If you look at it, it kind of looks like a tooth. And then you can add feet to the tooth shape like that. So that's an easy one to do, right? So you can do this down, and you can just make pretty much curved teeth shape. You can come down here and make this one like this, where the feet look. So maybe he's jumping up in the air, right? And so the body is coming this way. You see? So it'll have like the little eye shape here, shoulders, head, right? And it's kind of coming down into this shape here like that, right? And you'll be surprised too. What's crazy is that the arms and everything all kind of work the same as the legs. So once you start getting a rhythm for it, all automatically it just kind of becomes an unconscious thing where you can do all kinds of different poses just with understanding this. So remember, practice from the front view first, because if you're new to this is going to be a hard concept to grasp, I guess, a little hard. So just remember the outside of the leg is always going to be curved like the outside of a B shape, okay? And then your inside leg is usually can be a straight line, because when you're drawing a cartoon, you're not looking at all this anatomy and trying to put all these different muscles and stuff in there. And as you get more familiar with anatomy, you'll be able to put more details in it. So let's just say I wanted this guy right here. He's got huge legs. So I might draw this shape here, right? And then I'll come down here and come out and come down. So you can see here, this is the inside of the leg, and you can see how this leg looks a lot more like big and tapered. And then I can add a calf in there if I want. You know what I mean? And you'll develop your own style for your cartoons, as you go along. I'm trying to think now, when the leg is facing a certain way, then the rules obviously change just a little bit. Like if you're standing sideways like this will be your butt, right? Then the curved part of the leg is kind of in the back of the leg, and the front part of the leg becomes the straight line. So now you're kind of facing sideways like this. So your other leg might be like something like this. So we can use this one as the direction part, and then this one as the curve part. You see what I'm saying? So that's an easy way to think of it. Think about it. One of your lines is going to be a direction line, and one of them is going to be to show kind of the contour of the leg. And if you, again, want to add a little bit more dimension, or you want to put clothing or whatever on your character, we'll get into that in just a minute, but we have to understand how to draw the basic cartoon first before we get into that. Okay, so let's do a quick exercise. We're just going to go, I just wanted to explain kind of how it works to you. And then if you want to go ahead and do it together, we'll just get out I'll get my sketchbook out here. Okay, because I want to keep these. And then we'll just go to a blank page here. And then we'll just start drawing our little circles, okay? So we'll draw circles, or whichever one you want. If you want triangles, that's okay. I've seen some artists do some everybody does it different. I've seen some do like little disc in the legs or whatever. I think that's very complicated to learn it that way, but I'm just gonna go ahead and stay with the circle. So I'll draw some circles here, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up. So we're gonna do some different leg positions. Okay, so let's start with the forward leg position. Okay, so forward leg position. What did we say? Curve, curve, right, straight. Okay, so we have our direction line in the middle, curve, and then V. So look at this bottom part as more of a V shape instead of a B shape. You know what I mean? I don't know what else we could think of that as, but practice that about 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So just draw it in the same position just so that you can get the rhythm of how it works. Okay, so here we go. So we got direction, where's our leg going to? We might even want to put our foot down here if we want. All right, then what do we have here? We have curve, curve, leg. Right, that's how I do my legs. Curve, curve, leg. Again, if I want to put some more, if I want now in here, you'll see this is your torso area, right? Here. Okay, so we're working at the bottom part of the body. Inside of the leg, you'll be able to see a little bit of the calf here, but you can put very minimal amount on the other side of your direction line. Okay, so that'll give your leg a little bit more fullness. Okay, all right, so let's go here and do it again. Over here, what are we doing? We're doing direction line. So let's go with a direction line again this way. Let's make somebody with longer legs here. Maybe we go direction, direction. So we got long legs for our character, and maybe we don't want to make him as thick. So maybe we might want to go curve, V, foot. So now we have curve, V, foot, okay, and torso, okay, just like that, okay. So now we got a skinnier guy, okay. If we have, if we want to do something that's a little bit more full and thick, maybe like female legs that are real. So let's just say same concept applies. We're just going to go, okay, well, how do we want to do that? We're going to go 1, curve, curve, right? Curve, curve. And then maybe if we want to, we can do something like this, where curve, curve, right? Ankles down to the foot, right? Maybe that have heels on. This is the torso, right? Here. So these look a little bit more like, you know, a little bit more girly, right? That's somebody that has a lot of, okay? So I don't know, is this making sense for you guys? I don't know if you guys are practicing this or whatever. I just wanted to get your feedback on it. Does that make sense how this kind of works so far for when you design your characters? Okay, so now that we've done it, you know what? Let's go ahead and just fill the page up with these. So if you have your sketchbook, just take out your sketchbook. I'm gonna use I think I want to go ahead because I want to add some. Maybe I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna use pencil. All right, so we can go with a bigger torso if we want, right? So the bigger the torso, we want to use a bigger circle, right? So let's say we put some bigger circles here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, remember, if you want to use a triangle shape, you just really draw a triangle inside of here. And rule of thumb, your belly button generally is going to sit at, if you draw another line here, this is going to be your belly button. Okay, general rule of thumb for you. All right. So again, what we want to do, we can come down here. We're going to draw it in straight position, different kinds of legs. So let's go ahead and we'll go 1, 2. We don't have to make them as, we could just go with a lighter line here, right? Okay. And then toes, feet, inside, okay? And then we have our kneecaps kind of go right here. Okay. All right, so let's do that again. But this time we're gonna make. Let's see what kind of legs we could do with this one. We could do some really. So we could do just a very curvely, shapy leg, where it's really just one big arc out here. Some people don't have that. Some people just have an arc, and they have the middle leg. So see like this. This would be like an arc, and the middle leg, and then here, we can see our foot kind of coming here. Okay, and then this person here, let's say they don't have an arc really at all. They just have kind of a straight. They just kind of have straight legs. So we can go with our direction line and our outside line. So I like to have that direction line in there first, so I can kind of know which way my picture is going. So a good example of that might be, okay, direction. Where's my leg going? My leg's doing this, and my leg is doing this, right? Okay, so you see here we have direction lines already put. So now all we have to do is figure out what the curvature of it is. So we got the curve here, right? The back of the leg, we got the foot. You see, you got the curve. Now here, right, you got the curvature. You can go, if this is now in this position, naturally the inside of the leg is going to show a little bit more. So I will put my curve in the inside and then bring it this way, because it wouldn't make sense out here, but we could add a little bit more curve if we want to the leg, right, like that, if we want. Okay, but again, it's not really that necessary to do it that way. Okay, so remember, figure out that direction. This is my direction line here, this is my direction line here, right, my direction line here. If we have somebody, let's say that's I'm trying to think of a different way. I wanted to get, when I first started learning how to do this, I wanted, my goal was to learn it like with all of that I could draw the legs in any, kind of position. And you can do this with this, but I noticed that it's not a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? The natural positions. When you talk about the natural positions of the leg, that the legs generally don't do really contorted, ridiculous shapes. You know what I mean? So you don't have to get too ridiculous with learning how to do this. Like for instance, if you're, somebody's meditating, their legs kind of tend to look like a 4 shape like this. Okay, so we already know like kind of what that means, right? So we don't really have to do a lot here. We just think, okay, this is our direction. And then where does it make sense? If this is the outside of the leg, generally with a position like this, I would think that the inside of the leg would be where you would see on this leg. And I would think on this leg, I would be thinking about the outside of the leg here. Okay, you see? So I already have a pretty good understanding of knowing what lines go where when I'm drawing the leg. So that's kind of how that works. All right, let me see here. So let's go ahead and do this last one, the direction lines. Let's find some characters here maybe we can work off of and see if we can't mimic those leg positions, right? Okay, what about these? This one looks cool. So I'm going to bring these leg positions up on the top of my page here. Okay. So let's say we're doing this leg position here. Okay. So we'll go ahead and I'll tell you what we'll do. I guess we'll just finish these ones out first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, let me see. Maybe we can do somebody jumping up in the air like this. And then you got somebody jumping like that. All right. Okay. So that might be them jumping. Doot, 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 right. Something like that. Oh, okay. So let's say we wanted to do these particular legs here. Okay. Let's draw those legs. All right, Let's put them. I guess we can put them right here, just so I'm not skipping all around the place in my book. Okay. So what's the first thing that we want to do? Well, this one, it looks easy. We could do it either way. Again, we can come here with our triangle, right? This is the triangle. Obviously, this is where the legs are going to connect to. Okay. So where are we going with this leg, right? Well, we can see one leg is kind of going out this way. Now, remember when the leg is going this way, what are we seeing pretty much here? We want our leg to go out this way. So we got our direction, and then we got our other direction here. So the other direction is going to be something like this. Okay. And then from our direction, leg will go down to the point, and then we can see our foot just kind of coming out here. And then we have another leg doing the same thing here. Right? Actually, we could have used the outside. I think outside, inside, outside. Let's look at outside first. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, outside, and then we got inside here. That would make more sense. And then this would be like the straight line. I get it. And then our foot would be like here. Kind of doing like this. All right. So if I want to put clothes, like he has these baggy clothes on, right? So how I think of this is going to be the belly button. So this will be kind of where that little turban piece is at. It would be like kind of right in here. Okay. So how do we want to put clothes on them? What I do is I think of these little rings around my legs, right? In a contour. Okay, this one's supposed to be straight and then down. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so you see these little rings here. So once I see those rings, this tells me like where to put my clothing at. So let's just say I want to put some pants on them. I'll come out here to this shape, and then I can come out here to this shape. And if I want to make his boots bigger, I can come out here to that shape. You see how I made them like I can make them bigger and thicker and kind of make them encompass the leg a little bit more. So we don't care about drawing it exactly like it is here. We're just talking about how can we get that basic leg position. So again, when you want to put your clothes on your character, you just outline it with things, and then you can, and now the leg, you can see the leg is inside. That would be this leg that we initially drew is here, right? And the leg we initially drew is here. Right? But the rest of the clothing you can see is kind of surrounding the leg. This might be good for armor. It works real cool for boots too. I learned how to draw boots real cool by doing it that way. So if I said, let me see, if I did like this, let's go with another position here. Or I could just draw it like it is right here. Now because I've been drawing a while, I could just look at it and be like, okay, it's doing something like this here. Okay. But it's still having that sense of awareness of where things are, where they're going, not being afraid of messing up a little bit. It's okay if you mess up. That's what they have erasers for, right? Yeah. Come over here. There we go. There we go. And then just like that. It's the back of the leg. It's the front. Here. So that's a little bit more. Like the picture itself. Yeah. As an artist, erasing is a part of life. It doesn't matter as anything. Erasing is a part of life, right? I'm sure you can think of a part of your life you'd love to erase, right? I know I can think of some. I can think of some things I want to erase, go back, and I want to do over. All right, can I get a do over on that? Because I'm telling you. Okay, that's pretty good. That's okay, right? All right, let me see. Let's flip over here. All right, so let's go with some more. Let's see if we can get these positions. Let's try this. Let's try this body positions. Let's try some here. That one's a pretty cool one. Okay, now the top of the body, crazy enough, works exactly like the bottom of the body, right? So hold on a minute here. Boop, boop, boop. Hold on a second here, guys. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for... Hold on. Okay. So another way, we're going to stay on this first and then we'll go to poses. We don't want to jump on that too quick. So I'm going to start with showing you some quick exercises that I kind of learned where I can all right. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do it like this. So that's my little egg right there. This is my spine. This is the top of my legs. And then, of course, we got these parts here. Come down here. And it goes right here. And we go here, okay, and then down, okay. So this is the bottom legs here. So I'm just going to be practicing this. Just a few more. This is my rib cage. Okay, so this is like my a little part of my rib cage here, but we're not going to get into the upper part yet. We're just talking about the rib cage and kind of how it connects. So you can draw different, your everybody knows your rib cage is kind of like a little egg shape, and then you draw a little arrow shape that goes into your leg shape here, and then you can just kind of make them 3D here, right? And then remember, we drawing that outside leg, we drawing the middle. And then, like I said, I like to draw a contour. It makes me feel the leg better when I do it this way. Where I learned this particular technique, I saw that they did it a little bit differently, but I'm not trying to become that artist. I just like the way when you learn something from an artist, you kind of want to put your own little spin on it, right? So you can learn how to do different things. So here we'll go ahead and we can draw we can do a different position, right? So let's say we got the little egg position, and maybe we're doing like this here, so that the arrow is pointing that way, right? So here goes our legs again, right? And then if the legs are doing that, maybe we might want to go we can go here, we can go back, right? The back of the leg, come around. We can come here, right? We can come back of the leg, come down, right? And then we also got like our little foot, right? And we just connect the rib cage, so it kind of looks like a running kind of a body shape right there, right? Put your little circles here. This is where you attach the arms at, which is cool because the rib cage you have to draw with it. You gotta don't get caught up on a lot of rules. That's one of the things that I think is very important when you do this. It's kind of which way makes sense to you in the flow of a drawing. You know what I mean? So I like to just again go with it. What is it that I'm trying to accomplish? What position am I trying to get? What is my character feeling? We're gonna and this works for the nose. This works for the eyes. This works for your head shape. We're gonna do some heads too. I'll show you guys some different way to do some heads today. So that's gonna be something if you're into drawing caricature, it's gonna really kind of help you out. Okay. All right. So we're gonna actually let me see here. So this is another rib cage shape shot here. I saw another way they do it where they kind of the Disney artists they do like this, and then they just make the cage like this, and this is like the center of the body, right? And then again, you have your legs here, right? And then your inner shape here, outer shape here, right? And then you might be able to see a little bit of the outer shape here, right? And the top of your body here. So just, try it as much as you want. Again, which one is easier for caricature? I just use the little teeth, and whatever I want to do, it just gets super easy when I think of it like this. Hey, you can even think of it like a Z and a V, right? You see the Z shape here? Look. Whoop. Okay, if I draw a Z, right, and then I just kind of copy over it like this, use Z, right, and then you come over here and you got this one. You got that shape right here. And do a whole bunch of them, right? Z. Usually your leg's gonna make a Z shape when you're bending it. So you see Z right there. And then look, what makes sense right here when your leg is like this is gonna be this leg shape here, that there, your foot shape there. You see? So it's real easy. We could do a couple more for you. So positioning the body, if I'm drawing from the back, gets so easy when you start understanding like how these different poses work, right? That's my yoga pose, right? All right. Whatever pose you want to be doing. I mean, if you gotta, you might have a sideways pose. A lot of the Disney artists use this bean thing where they do like this, and then they just draw the top of the leg and then the back of the leg, right? And then this is the side view. Maybe the person is kind of stretching out like this. It's the back of the leg, right? And then you got your back foot right here. Maybe you got your leg, foot here. Maybe this is the arm, which the arm kind of works the same kind of way. You know what I'm saying? This might be that. Maybe they're doing like this here. I don't know what. This is the back leg here, and then you have your front leg here. That's my karate. That's my karate pose there, right? Right. You can do muscle guys too like that if you like to draw guys with muscles or whatever. So this is really how you just kind of put it all together. So let's go over here to my hold on a second. I like to add a little. See, this is my top part of my body, right? My little egg shapes. Remember, these are your little circles that you're working off of here, right? These are circles. Here, when you turn backwards, obviously you'll have two little circles, right? This is that back leg here, right? And then, again, you go get out this pink right here, and then we can see our leg shape. So again, what am I concentrating on? I'm looking, I got my direction, and then I got which way. So direction, and I'll just point all of the, you know what I'm saying? Direction is here. Direction is here. Direction is this line right here. Where is the leg going to? That's going to be the side of the leg that's going to have the most stiffness in it, right? If you look at where your arm's going to, you want to point, right? And then you want to give it its contour. You know what I'm saying? So here, what did I do? I pointed, contour, pointed, and then I came back with contour. You get what I'm saying? So that my leg looks natural. You don't have to put a whole bunch of muscles and stuff in the leg, unless your character really is all about that. Then you can just you can start with learning the big muscle groups. Like in the body, there are a lot of heart shapes. Like if you look at this right here, let me show you. Right, this is the upper body, right? This might be your pelvic. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. This way here, and then this way might be your pelvis, right? Well, if you really look at them like this, they kind of just go together. Look, this is, again, a heart and a big heart. So I just put them together. If I got my legs here on the side, I can put my arms on. I can put my legs here, right? So look, direction, right? Direction, right? Contour. Okay, foot. Okay, if you want a bigger shape up top, you can go with a bigger heart shape. A small one down here. Watch what happens. You connect them together. You can put traps, right? You can put your thing. You can put your head like a small head because he's a big person, right? And then if you want to put this will be like the collarbone. So here we can see where the chest at the bottom is goes, right? But so they have big legs, right? No problem. How do I want to do this? Okay, we could use the way that I showed you again is just remember where your legs going to, okay, and where the feet at, and then contour, right? And then you got your your quads or whatever. What do they call those? I think these are your quads, right? I think, right? All right. And then here you got your triangles. Generally these muscles here are going to be like triangular shape. Okay. But either way, that's just to show them once you come off of there, you got your direction. You got your direction, right? Contour. You know what I'm saying? And then generally you'll have your, right? So you see here, now we got a guy that looks like he's kind of like muscled out, right? Okay. So again, I'm gonna outline my direction lines for you. Direction, right? These are direction, contour lines. We can just make those in pink, which are the things that define to me that particular feature. Here goes this is a direction line, so this is a contour, right? All right. A small head in relation to the body. And then you can see here I did like a real barrel chest. And then we can see right where our midsection is. And that's the reason that these hearts work so good is because there's no, the actual pelvic area is shaped very much like a heart. So it'll work out very good when you're doing those. Okay. All right. So I think we did quite a bit on the body shapes. Okay, so on the legs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to some faces. We'll draw some faces together, and then after we draw faces, then we'll visit whole cartoons and getting some of these poses down. These, like I said, everybody has their own different way of doing it. Disney artists, again, I learned a lot from Disney because they use a lot of the bean shape, which is pretty much just two circles like this that are connected, right? And they connect the top and the bottom, and then they just kind of go with it. They figure out what the side of it is, and then they add. So right, watch here. If I'm going here, where's my? This is one leg here. Okay, this is the direction. This is the contour, and then this would be the foot, right? And then this is, well, again, where's it my leg going? This would be direction. This would be contour. This will be direction, and then this will be contour, right? So the front of the foot is telling me where things are going, right? And then the back of the foot is giving me my individual contour for that feature, right? Okay. And then we got our little head shape here, so we'll just make our head shape come this way, right? And then we have our, where are we going? Where are we going? Okay, yeah, contour. Right, direction. She's running like from the side, right? Okay, where are we going? Contour. Shapely, right? Maybe she has on maybe she's some kind of superhero, some kind of pilot-y superhero. I don't know. It's a pilot hat, maybe. Pilot goggles. And again, I just made something up. I'm just going with it. You can make, sky's the limit, right? You can do whatever you want. All you have to do is let your imagination work. Okay, so faces. I know you guys are ready to go into faces now. So we're going to pick up some faces here, and I'm going to show you a little bit about drawing caricature faces. Okay. Again, guys, if you feel like you're benefiting from the stream today, tips are awesome. Thank you so much in advance. Okay, I'm gonna find some faces here on, you have selfie poses, curly hairstyles. Curly hairstyles? What's that look like? All right, so I'll tell you what, let's look at some smiley. Natural men's. Smiling faces. So I'm just going to look up something on Pinterest here that we can use. Okay, so let's get that looks funny. Let's draw his face as a cartoon. Okay, so we're going to draw this guy here, right? We're going to try to draw him as a cartoon. So I'm going to be drawing him inside of my, on regular paper for you. I'm going to use my little, I guess this one is good. Let me see. Yeah, that one looks like it has a good tip on it. And then I'll get this gray here. Okay, so that looks good. All right, so those are all the markers that we'll need. All right, so let's go for it. All right, so what is it? What's the first thing that I'm looking for? Is it especially as a beginner. Starting caricature, we don't know a lot about what I'm doing yet. Or how to draw faces of somebody. Okay. All right. So this is what I would do first. Okay. I want to figure out my head shape. So what's the easy way to do the head shape? I like to use a box. Okay. A regular equilateral box. You don't have to be, because from here you can do all kinds of stuff. Okay. So I'm going to do an equilateral box. I'm going to separate them into 4 equal circles. Right. And then I'm going to draw these little little circle teardrop shapes here. And then from there, I will go ahead and I would begin my picture. Okay. So now, a thing to understand about this is that your bottom of your face and the top of my face is what I'm going to define first. So watch how I do this. Okay. Watch my smoke. Okay. Here we go. Okay. 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 So what I've done here is I've established, okay, this is what my head shape is going to be in my cartoon, right? Now from there, all I have to do is go ahead and start placing my features. So by using this box here, what I'm going to do is I know how much of this box I want to use, right? So I might go, I might do something like this. Okay. Okay. And I don't care about getting it perfect. I'm just wanting something that looks like, feels like this guy's face, right? Okay. Okay, now this is definitely a beginner way to do it, but it's very effective. And it don't take long to get the desired result from your picture. Usually when you're more seasoned, you'll get comfortable with starting the caricature from another perspective. But this is like
Yoshi.
okay. After I'm done, son, I'm in the middle of a stream.
Yoshi. Look, it's Yoshi.
I see it. So,
Daddy Yoshi.
so after I'm finished,
Daddy's Yoshi.
okay. I'm gonna come play with you after I'm done. See, I'm on the live stream. See?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I'm done, I'll come out, okay? So go take it to mommy. Here. Here. No?
Yes.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Close the door, okay? Thank you, son. Good man. All right. All right, so from there, what I would do, I'll just erase my box. Once I have that box, there's no face that you. Once you have that box, now I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna show you how that box works in more detail. Okay, but you can see here we got something real quick, real easy, right? You can add like You can add details with this gray. That's generally how I do it. All right. And it's just easy to do. And then this gray is great because it doesn't add any more lines to the picture. I don't I don't like to draw very liney cartoons. Now, obviously, drawing it this way can be limiting in some ways because obviously you can't do as much exaggeration as you may want to. But it is the best way for, I think, a beginner to do it. So let's just pick a face that's a little bit. Now, another thing is this. Let's stay with this. Let's stay with this first. Let's stay with this. I don't want to get too far ahead of it. I'm going to show you how that box works and the power of that box. Okay. Watch how fast I can design somebody when I draw that box on the paper. Okay. So I'm going to draw a box here. I'm going to draw a box here. Okay. Nope. And then watch. What the object is, look at the cheekbone and figure out, okay, what do I want to do here? And then from that middle line, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Okay. You get it? This might be a female shape, right? This might be a guy shape. Maybe he's got some big gauge, right? Maybe he's got some glasses on. Okay? Whatever his nose shape is. Whatever her nose shape is. I'm always looking for emotion. So what I might do with my character is let me find I think I have some already saved. Let me see. I think I might have some already saved. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I look for what my character feels like. Okay. Maybe my one, this guy, maybe he's doing like that, like literally. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Because those circles tell me how much of this I can use. I can make those bigger, smaller, whatever, right? Maybe this is little, right? You get what I'm saying? And then maybe she's doing like this. Okay. I can always add more to the shape to make a picture, but you see what my cartoon is feeling now. So when I'm drawing a cartoon, this is what makes it fun. If you start drawing and you're one of those caricaturists that just draw like these cliche, like, you know, you sit there and you're like let me see, and then I want to do you see how this lacks any feeling but these pictures here, they say something. This is like, baby, give me a kiss, and she like, I don't feel like kissing you right now, right? You get what I'm saying? Maybe if she has full lips, you can add full lips. But what I'm doing is I'm building her around the expression that I choose, okay? So that's the power of this box. This box is, and it can be, you know, this box can change in dimension because you're the artist. So you can start, if you're just beginning, you know, use an equilateral one. But if you're a little bit more seasoned, maybe you want to do something where it's a little bit more like this, but you know, you can still do stuff. You can put look, you can this is the center of everything. So these are those two little shapes that I showed you, right? And then look, I can come from over here and I can go I can do like this here. You see? So we can see here, what is my character doing? Let's look over here. Let's find out what he's doing. Since I already did that line right there, what can I do from there? Something with a straight. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this guy here. Okay. Maybe my character is doing this. So what am I doing? I'll bring it down like this. These lines up here are above these little circles, right? And then look. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we can build our face around that, right? We can give him a chin shape. We know where everything goes. Maybe he has a strong brow line. So I'll close those brows off, and then maybe I might drop this down here and come off, and I'm going behind the nose. So I'm just building these cartoons based off of this box, and then this box is really a sideways box. So let's say if it is sideways, well, what happens naturally when a box goes sideways, it gets dimension, and not to mention it gets smaller as it goes backwards. But as long as I know where the center of this box is, from that line, I know that this is where this is going to go. And I know his ear shape is going to be a small shape back here compared to everything else, because that box is going to be naturally, you have your bigger boxes and they get progressively smaller as they go this way. So if I do a huge shape here, it's going to look completely out of order compared to my cartoon. So now here I can tell how my hair is going to go. Let's say if this is a hat, right? Okay, but what does a hat do? A hat covers the front of your head. You have the center of your hat right here. So watch. How would I draw an easy hat here? I'm covering up the front, the center part of the head. You see what I'm saying? Then I'm coming back here and I'm going down. You can see the hat goes up here. This would be the front of the hat. This would be like his forehead. So let's just say he had some hair showing there, right? I could have brought this a little bit further off of the head too, but I did it. So that's a little mess up on my part. But still, ain't nobody going to know, right? Yeah. So that's how and then I'm using that circle to kind of just give my character some more life here. You see my neck here. And this is when it gets into the body shape, because if you know how to do the body, remember, we draw this little compass shape with the eye, and we can see that this is your spine, right? And then we can draw eyes, ears. We could draw hands and feet in all kinds of different positions once we got the body already on the page. You get what I'm saying? So so the idea is to take the box and then use it, but make your picture feel something. If need be, you may want to even keep a little. You may want to keep a little emoji board next to your drawing board. This will stop you from thinking too literally. Because let me show you something. Let's say I want to draw this guy. Okay, blow him up, and I'm gonna go over here, find those emojis, and I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. All right. So let's say I want to draw this guy. Right. All right. I can draw him. He's sitting there. And this might be the face he's making when I'm drawing it, but that's not what I feel like making him do. You get what I mean? I want him to be different. So what can I do to do that? Let's see here. Let's pick a shape. Let's pick something like, let's say I want him to be, let's say I want him to be cool guy. Okay. So how would I do that? Well, I'll come over here and I'll say, okay, because I'm a beginner, I'm just going to use a regular box. And I'm going to put these little things in here like this. Once you have that, you have the circular device. And you got a little 3/4 view here. So what are we going to do? We're going to do this again. So all of our boxes are getting progressively smaller. All right. So now what are we doing here? We're going to determine, okay, what is it that we want our character to do? Okay, watch this. Watch. Okay, we're going to get his basic nose shape. His nose shape is kind of full, more upturned. So what I would do is a shape like this. And I would do a shape like this. Okay. All right, now, got his glasses. Watch. Just pay attention. Okay. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to surround all of this stuff that I drew with the literal shape of his face. Watch. I'm just doing something real quick for you. Okay. I'm going to make his eyebrows a little bit more bushy because his eyebrows are bushy. Okay. So I'm not going to take away from the contour. I'm going to use the same general idea of his eyebrows. Okay. I'm going to put some shade in the glasses. Watch. And then I'm going to come over here and start adding. Maybe I might add some lips to it. Okay. And then I'll add his neck. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you see this picture, what I've done is depicted him in a way that I see him, okay? Not necessarily the way the picture looks, because him and his girlfriend, they'll laugh. Oh my God, that looks like you with your glass, you know what I mean? Because if you think what a cartoon is a cartoon, and real life is real life. You get what I mean? And this is not real life. This is a cartoon of somebody. You have to keep that in mind when you are doing this. Okay? So yeah, I can go for the literal interpretation of it, and that's cool too. I mean, if we want to draw our box and we want it to look exactly like the picture because we're like, so we draw the box, right? And then we draw our little shapes here, right? And then I might do something like this. Same thing. But now I see a lot of interaction, so I'm going to do like this. Okay. A lot of interaction between his eyebrows and his eyes. So yeah, we can do it this way. Okay, but we're going at 3/4 view. So here I'm gonna look for the overall shape of the hair because I want it to be more like the picture. No problem. Okay, and then you simply just erase out your box, and you got a pretty good little cartoon of him. So this is him on a good day. This is him on a sunny day on the beach with his girlfriend, and this is him when he's like on a city block taking a picture that's posed for a camera, right? So use that box to get your perspective down. That's all I'm trying to tell you. So we can practice a little bit more perspective. You guys want pretty much. This is just how simple caricature is. It's just a what you feel like version of a person without a lot of without so many lines in it. Okay. All right. So that one came out good. All right, let's see what time we got. 1:27. What time did we start? I don't want to keep you guys here too long. Okay, guys, and as always, tips are appreciated if you feel like you're benefiting from the information I'm sharing with you today. Tips are awesome. All right, so let me see here. So let's go back into let's practice that with the boxes a little bit and the head shapes, and then we'll practice a little bit more of those poses. I'm just going to kind of doodle around right now, and then we'll go ahead and get you guys out of here. I know you guys got things to do on Tuesday. You know, is it Wednesday or Tuesday? It's Tuesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Okay. So let me see here. So this is just how I practice this. Mm-mm-mm. You know, a lot of times we don't know how. Like this part right here, I tell you, the heart is like so powerful when you're drawing these cartoons, right? And like for instance, with the shoulders here, right? You can see how that heart came in real cool. But then if you wanted to draw like I'll demonstrate it on this other one, but because I got this other guy I want to kind of develop here. But there's so much stuff you can kind of do with those heart shapes, right? So here I'm just, I don't know, creating some random people. See what this guy here is going to look like. I don't know. It's got a kind of big nose. Well, not too big. And let me see here. Maybe this will be his eyes right here. Got kind of heavy eyes. Maybe maybe some blocky eyebrows. Eyebrows there. Yeah. A little circular chin. Alright. Kind of heavy eyebrow lid. Come over here. I won't connect it as much. I just make it kind of light on this side. And draw some little ears there. I don't know. I don't know what she looked like. Kind of got her eyes cut a little bit. So that's what I sit around doing. I like to just make up pictures. Sometimes I'll get inspired by Pinterest or whatever. Sometimes I just try to come up with something out of my head. Give her some, I don't know, maybe we'll give her some glasses, some big glasses, right? Little neck shape here. And I was saying about that heart, right? So you got the heart here. But if you draw the heart in reverse and connect it to that heart, then you can draw like the midsection. Then you can connect your arms from here. You see that right there? So that's another way you can, you know. So that's another way you can do it, right? What about this guy, right? This guy over here, he just got this big round nose shape. It's kind of up here. When you make, you got to get used to. You got to get used to drawing cartoons like this if you want to be good at caricature, because it teaches you to let go and do something. You know what I mean? Not just like here I had this little hat on here. I don't know, I just came up with that, but this is what you have to do. There's no shortcut. You don't like to do this, you're gonna probably your caricatures will always be boring. They will always be boring. Not to say they won't be decent, right? But they won't, you know. So, and I don't know. Sometimes I see a lot of the artists that hide kind of behind these crazy exaggerations. Like they don't, their pictures don't. They have such a wow factor. Like, wow, I can't believe you did that. That's what they kind of rely on, you know, to get the. Let's go back over to Pinterest. See what I can get inspired by. I got so many pictures here. That's a picture of Mick Jagger. So again, I might. Mick Jagger got those big ears, so I definitely want to get those in there. All right. And then I'm not afraid to again to mess up. It doesn't matter. It just straight up don't matter. Like when I draw my noses and stuff, I like to concentrate on the ball of the nose. I don't really care about the wings. I might add one wing, especially. I like those 3/4. I like those 3/4 views. They have such a that make your drawing so much more impactful. Y'all see that Mick Jagger I'm drawing right there, right? Oh wait, hold on a sec. I forgot to save him. Let's save him. I don't know. I'm just trying to draw him. So here I'm just making sure it's like I want a full I want a full shape for his hair. I never draw my hair with inside strokes first. Never, ever, ever, ever. I recommend never do that. Try your best not to do lines inside of the hair first, because you're going to overwork your hair and it's not going to look good. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to look good. So, it's just my advice to you. Of course, you're free to do whatever you want. Right? But just a little friendly advice. Wow, Mick Jagger has like he's been through a lot in life face. Let's see. So, what can I do with that? I don't know. I should have put this one in my sketchbook. Yeah, I should have. I still can tear it out. I'm gonna tape it in there. I might just use some the colors I got up here. I can use this color right here. I can use a little bit of color right here. What is this? Golden, medium golden. I don't like that color. That's too dark for him. I'll use something like, let's make it blue. I like blue. Yeah. One, two. Big ears. Big ears for Mick. Yes. All right, and I think I got like another little marker. Where did I pick? Oh, here it is. I got another little darker blue here. Anyway, that's what he would look like. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let me see. I'm not trying to detail him out. I just wanna. Let's see. What about this guy? He looks pretty original. Who is that? Is that That almost looks like the guy that played in the Hangover. You know what I'm talking about? What's that guy's name? Here, let me go back to my sketchbook. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we can go here. We'll use my sketchbook. So we could just cover it up with little faces. That's what your sketchbook is for, right? Face, little faces. Mm. That goes for mustaches too. Go ahead and make that full shape. Don't be afraid. Just do it. And then you'll be surprised how you'll be able to see the edge of your. You'll be able to see your face a lot more, a lot easier. Do it like that. Now that's cool. What's cool about this is that I can start my face way out here. Same thing here. You want to come down here and so I'm going to make my face kind of come in as it goes to the top of the head. Create a little bit of disparity there. And just sketch it on in. A little bit of earlobe there. Dang, so he'd have to have a huge head because his neck would have to be coming down like literally like this. So I should have made it like where it was way up here, like that. Then that would have been easier. I guess that's okay. I don't know. What do y'all think about that one? Not really dark. Not really dark. Cartoon inspired by this guy. I should have had me a little black over here. Let's see if I can find one. Oh, I got this. This will work. It's my correct. This is a Sharpie fine tips. Cartoon character inspired by some guy off Pinterest, which this one is kind of out of ink, so I can't use it. Maybe I got another one of these on my desk. I need a black. About to be. Alright guys, so I think we've come to the end of my art stream. I'm just gonna go ahead and share my my little devotional with you. I always like to share a quick devotional. I won't make it long today. Usually I do a word a day, but today I'm kind of pressed for time. I have a wife that needs to get somewhere, and I gotta babysit kids, right? So I hope that you guys learned something today. All right, sit around and get your sketchbook, create your own characters. Remember what we talked about with the bodies. To practice for your themes and stuff like that. Ultimately, all caricature is that you're taking a head shape, right? Let's go over here. You're taking a head shape, right? And you're attaching that head shape to a body, however you choose to form that body. That body is generally connected to a circle, and those circles are connected to legs, right? So you wind up with a theme, right? You see? Whatever your theme is. You just practice what I told you. Just keep doing this over and over again until it becomes, and you can go back and watch the whole video and see the whole stream, and you can see, but I'm getting a little tired actually, so because I just got through mowing the grass too, on top of everything else that I've done today. I've done a lot today. I've done a lot. I've done a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share my weekly, my daily devotional with you, and then after that I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get out of here. Okay. Remember, head, right, body, okay, triangle or square, legs and feet, and your arms are generally going to be triangles attached to your body some kind of way. Okay, I don't care how those triangles go, just think of them as simple triangles. Right, triangle this way, okay, triangle that way, okay, triangle this way, triangle that way, right? It never changes. It's not your body is symmetrical, so it does the same thing kind of over and over again if you keep it simple. So you got two, if you get two people, all right, I'll flip my page here. You got mom and dad, you got dad, you got mom, right? You got son, okay? You want to draw dad, maybe dad's a big guy, okay? All you do, you draw the top of dad, Okay. Connect him to his body. Okay. Connect him to this. Right. Remember, if he's standing straight, curve, direction, curve, feet, right? And then your arms, same thing. You got the triangle here. So where's his arm going? First, where is it going? Here. Okay. Curve, curve, hand, right? This is mom. Ooh, mom's hair. Face shape, right? Dad's ears. And I guess dad's baseball cap. Okay. This is mom, right? Remember, heart. And then we can go heart to heart. Okay. Mom's legs. Right? Mom's feet. Mom shoulders. Mom is hugging dad. Son is here. Son doesn't really have a lot of muscles. He's just a kid with shorts on. Draw some shorts. And he doesn't really have a lot of tone in his legs. So that, and remember I told you, mom is triangle, triangle, right? Triangle, triangle. Hat just like dad. Okay. You see? So everybody is on vacation. It's a quick little theme. I don't even know. Is that I don't know what that is. What is that? That looks like a guy up there. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's the guy in the window. He's pointing down there at them. Look at those people right there. They're having so much fun. I don't know. It's a hotel, or it's a hotel. And maybe it's a hotel on the river walk. So maybe there's a river going behind. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So it's really not that hard to draw themes and stuff like this. You just have to think about it. This just simple. But when you start looking at all these other people's cartoons and all this fancy stuff that they're doing, you know, you don't have to do all that. Learn how to draw the body in basic positions first. And then learn like what makes things funny. What makes a big guy funny is that he has a head and he has no shoulder. He has no head. His little head, right? And his little thing, right? And then look. And then we got our direction. His little legs, right? And his big arms just kind of look like they're just dangling off like this. And he's got little hands. So he's like, you know, and his name's Tiny, right? So you see what makes him funny is that little bitty head compared to this body. So some caricatures not always draw a big head. It could be whatever. So it's all kinds of dimensions and things that you have to look at. If you guys also want to take a class with me, you can. I do classes online where we can teach you how to draw caricatures live. It's going to be awesome, right? If you want to learn, all you have to do is go to our website and we will get you set up with a class. Then you can, by the way, that's his wife. Why is she doing that? Maybe his kid's up here this time. Right. You see, that's funny. Dad, everybody's riding on his back, right? Dad has the weight of the world on his shoulders. Right. I love to sketch. I love, as you can tell, I like to do this. I love to make up little cartoons of people because it's just fun. Okay. Anyway, Guys, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna share my devotional with you, and then after that, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to share my devotional with you. Okay, I'm gonna put some of these markers and stuff here to the side. As you guys do know, I am a Christian artist. I gave my life to Christ many, many, many years ago. And I have to tell you, it's an awesome thing. It's helped me through so much. I don't, to be honest, I don't know how I would survive this. There's so much stuff going on. So many things, like so many possibilities, right? When we draw, one thing that used to bother me a lot was like when I would draw things, it was like this, it was like the possibilities. And I always had this other like motive playing in the back of my mind. So I couldn't create things. I drew what people wanted me to draw because I kept thinking about how I was going to sell it. You know, what was in it for me, and at the end of the day, I was thinking all those thoughts were like kind of tied to like, you know, a nice car, or the nice clothes, or some type of vacation that I want to go on, or some goal I wanted to obtain. And it was like I never could sit down and just relax, and like now, like I can sit back and take my time on something, and I can draw, and I don't worry about like whether you're gonna like it or not. You know what I mean? Or I don't even do this stream because of whether you like it or not. It's like it's because this is what my heart is into this. I shared a word of the day because I know there's people. I was hurting at one time in my life. I had a lot of hurt, a lot of things that happened to me. And when I decided to allow God to be the decision maker versus me for my life, then I let go of the things that the world had to offer me, and I began to be a better everything. Every relationship that I was a part of began to flourish. Even my artwork began to flourish because it's a thing. It's awesome to be able to draw without with peace, which is going to be my little devotional that I want to share with you today. And then I'm going to go ahead and get you guys out of here. And the devotional is called Peace for Today. So if we'll go over here, it looks like we're going to the book of Hebrews, which is in the New Testament. If you guys have never opened the Bible ever in your life before, right? We'll go to the book of Hebrews, and the scripture's right here, so I'll just read it. It says, let us then approach the throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. What does that mean? That means believe in God with everything that you have with confidence. In fact, I got to speak at church this weekend, and I was talking about this very same thing. If you guys are, if you go to my Facebook page, I believe I shared it. So if you want to look at I got to share the word on Sunday, you could go ahead and check that out as well. But it says, let us approach that throne of grace. In other words, just approach it. Whatever we do. Like for instance, today, I showed you some things. I showed you, hey, a cartoon is really just a head, it's a body, somewhere to connect some legs to, and then how to draw the legs, and then it's how to draw the arms. And remember, we said the arms are pretty much just little triangles connected. So it's very easy to draw a body if we think about it like this. But when we start thinking about, when we let motives outside of drawing these things, we start worrying about like how hyper realistic we can get with a body and all the different muscles in the body. You don't need to know all that to be able to draw the body. And you know what I mean? In fact, who cares, right? The ego is a powerful thing. And so when we approach what like this right here, let's say I told you to do it like this, this works. I've shown you it works, right? So then when you are drawing on your art board, or when you're out drawing caricatures, you use this with confidence. You don't start thinking, I got to do all of this stuff. I got to make my cartoon so awesome that everybody in the room is going to be like, oh, hail the cartoon artist. Oh, hail the cartoon artist. Because that is going to take your peace away. So approach it with confidence, so that you may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. Okay, so when you have a time of need, right, then you're able to draw upon the power of God. See, there's a difference. I found out very quickly between saying that, going to church and saying I believe in God, and keeping an iron or coal in the fire with God. There's a difference between that and then actually having this real relationship. If I could compare it to real life, you can fake like you have a relationship with somebody, or you can have a real relationship. But you can't draw from the fake relationship in your actual time of need. When you really need God to be there and to show you the way, if you don't really believe, then you can't really receive. That's really all it's saying. It says in the devotional part, it says, when Moses and the Israelites were wandering in the desert, they were looking for manna to eat, which was like a form of food. They talk about. They said each morning they gathered just enough for that day. They could not store it for the future. This day by day gathering helped them to remember they needed me every day. This is how I roll. This is how I roll. Okay. I hear stuff on the internet. I've seen people talk about, you need this investment, you need this retirement account, you need this in your life, you need to prepare for the future, you need to get your houses ready, arm yourselves to the T because the world's coming to. I've heard all kinds of ideologies from people that are motivated by greed and fear. It's all it is. It's fear that I'm not going to be okay, and greed. And without no trust in God, they just thinking they got to do everything by themselves. But that's not the way I roll. The peace came upon me when I understood that God is my provision. Period. I don't sweat it. I don't sweat the small stuff. I go out, I earn a living for my family. I'm a caricaturist, which means that if I don't draw, I don't get money. Right? So, but I don't go to work with that kind of mentality. I don't go to work begging nobody to get no picture from me. I already know if I don't get it this way, that God's going to do it another way. He's never let me down. Never. And I got 4 kids that I'm taking care of while drawing caricatures. Yeah. That's what I do full time. This is what I do. I draw pictures of people. So, and he give me what I need each day. And I know I'm going to have what I need each day. And I don't need a whole bunch of nothing to validate me. And it's so, my life is so much more peaceful because my mind is not racing. So many men, we struggle because, and people, not just men, but people, we feel like we're always behind. We can never catch up with whatever the hell we're trying to catch up with. We can't catch up with it. And we can't get no sleep at night. And I used to be like that. That is until I said yes to God. Now, it says, my peace works in the same way. When you come to God in prayer and with a thankful heart, He will give you enough peace for today. He says He will not give you enough for tomorrow, only today. That is because He wants you to come again tomorrow and each day after that. What an awesome thing to know that I have a relationship with a Father that wants to see me every day. I can never go to His house enough. Every time I go to His house, He's like, "Oh my goodness, where have you been? I'm so glad." It's like I was just here yesterday. He don't care. He wants to see me every day. He want to know what I'm doing every day. He wants to know what I need every day. Man, what if we had parents on earth that were like that? Some of us, we were really like that. But some of us, it's not like that for us. But it's awesome. This is awesome to have peace because, my real father, I didn't get to be raised by him. But it's nice to know that I have a Father that wants to see me every day. So I'll go to Him. He'll give me what I need for that day. And I'll go on about my day. And the next morning, Dad, you in there? Oh yeah, come on in here. What you need? The door's open. Come on in and sit down. Make yourself at home. Get you some cold water out the refrigerator. How was your day yesterday? What you gonna do today? I got a great idea for you. You could do that today. But what about this idea? I got another. Or I can help you with what you're about to do. It's that time. It's that prayer time in the morning that I take every morning. And it brings me that peace, In finishing, it says, if I gave you enough peace to last you your whole life, you might fall into the trap of thinking you don't need me. What do you think happens when people get rich? That's why it says it's easier for a camel to squeeze to the eye of a needle than the rich man to inherit the kingdom of God. Not saying that none of them will, but it's very hard to do that because you know what? It's human nature. Unchecked power corrupts. And when you got a lot of money, you tend to think, I don't need people. In fact, you think you're better than people. You look down on other people. You look down on the needs of other people. I cannot for the life of me figure out how in the world someone could have 30 cars in a garage that they don't drive, and they have people in their community that are starving or that need help, that are really trying to help themselves, and they can't, and they haven't been able to get ahead, and they need help. There are homeless people. There are people on drugs. There are people with mental health issues. There are people all over the place around you that need help, and you can't think of anything other to do with the provisions that you have than to buy 30 cars that you can't even drive. You don't even drive. In fact, the other day I saw I was like, my God. I saw a guy that had so many cars that he went to one of his houses and forgot that he had a brand new car in his garage. He forgot that he had 2 brand new cars. He never even drove them. Just forgot he had them. That's how much money this person had. What's going to be their excuse when they stand before God? I like to hear that one. But that's what God's saying here. If I give you enough to last you your whole life, it's just our nature to not come back for any more. We don't need you no more. We already got everything we got, so we don't need you. He said, I designed you to need me every minute. So come to me every day with a thankful attitude. So thank God for what he's already done for you, and look forward to what he's going to do for you. It's a great relationship to have when you wake up. Yesterday, you know how much money I made yesterday? I'm going to tell you. I was drawing caricatures. I couldn't believe it. I made $50. But you know what? To some of you, that might not sound like a lot. But to me, I'm grateful. For you, that doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, your heart's in the wrong place. I went to a store one day, and I remember having to I was going to an event. I didn't have any rubber bands for my paper, and I needed them for how I use it with my setup. I stopped at a store, and I jumped out the car, ran in to go get some out of Family Dollar maybe. I ran up to the shelf, and there was 1 pack of rubber bands left in the store. There was no more stores between here and there, but it was 1 pack. You know what I said? I said, oh, thank God. Because he thought of me enough. He knew that I needed that 1 pack of rubber bands. This is the relationship that you got to have with God, a one of gratitude for even the smallest thing, because life just opens up for you. You will not believe the peace that you will have when you start seeing the blessings in your life and stop looking for the lottery ticket to be your blessing. You got things all around you to be grateful for, but because the world keeps showing you there's bigger, there's better, there's bigger, there's better, there's bigger, there's better, you just look over the things that God has blessed you with. And how can he bless you with the big when you can't even be grateful for a little bit? So anyway, don't forget, guys, peace for the day. Real relationship with God, heart of gratitude, and going to him every day because he wants to see you, and he wants to know more about you. He wants you to share your thoughts and share your fears and share yourself with him, because he just designed you that way. Maybe the reason that you don't have any peace is because you keep thinking you got to do everything by yourself. And God just didn't design you that way, right? So that's our word of the day. Thank you for listening. I'm going to go ahead, guys, and get out of here. I hope that you enjoyed. If you decided to tip us, thank you so much. That's all the information is there. If you want to tip us through Cash App, or you can do a super chat. or super stickers on any one of the videos. So we would appreciate it, me and my family. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. You have a blessed and awesome day, and I'm glad that you guys came out to draw with me. I'll see you guys next time.